The first time I came upon this old railroad viaduct, it scared the crap out of me. Not only by the height of it, but by the sheer size of it. It was even scarier trying to cross it for the very first time. But once I faced my fears and crossed it, it's become one of my favorite places to visit pertaining to railroad history. Today, I wanted to bring you along because this is an interactive video where you're in complete control of what you see throughout the entire video. So if you're not looking at me right now, you can control the view with your finger or your mouse, depending on which device you're watching on. I'm going to tell you more about how this is going to work, but if you're ready to cross this with me, all you need to do is come along with me. Alright, so I'm just going to give you a few instructions first and some information, then we're going to start crossing this viaduct. So this is going to be my second interactive video I've ever done, and the way it works is it films in 360 degrees, and throughout the video you get to see what you want based on which device you're watching on. So if you're watching on a tablet, smartphone, or even a computer with a touch screen, you could use your finger to move the screen around, or a mouse. You can also use a VR headset, and some smart TVs do allow you to control the movement with the remote, but it doesn't work for every one. There's going to be some cuts or edits here or there, as I do get you different angles, different views, but for the most part, I'm going to leave this filming nearly the entire time, getting you views from all different angles, even beneath the bridge as well. We're going to start moving now. So this is the old Jessup Viaduct of the Erie Railroad. This was built in 1895. It's 545 feet in length, approximately 100 feet tall from the lowest point, which is the river down below. Last train across it was Conrail back in 1983, so roughly 42 years since any trains have crossed this or any maintenance has been done to this bridge or viaduct. And if you look down here where I'm pointing, those are active railroad tracks for the Delaware-Lackawanna Railroad. Steamtown also uses them, going to Gouldsboro and Tobyhanna. And then that's the 380 highway up there, which connects to 380, 84, and where the big bridge project is going on up there as well. So this is Dunmore, Pennsylvania, and down below us is Roaring Brook. And here, later in November, nearly all the leaves are gone. It may be windy too, further out, and I do plan on walking in between the ties and in between the rails and the derailers, because obviously I'm scared of heights still, but I am more confident and comfortable now crossing this. This is probably my, I would say, 8th or 10th time crossing it, so I'm not nearly as terrified as I used to be, as long as I stay within my comfort zone. The normal manway or walkway is right there, but there's no support underneath it, and there's a lot of missing holes, so that walking on that is a death wish. So we're going to play it safe, and like I said, there's going to be a couple edits here or there where I'm going to extend the pole out different directions, give you different angles, and I will do some talking here or there. Other times you're going to hear just the natural ambient sound, what I hear. All right, you guys are roughly 10 feet in the air. I'm going to leave it here for a moment. You're welcome to pan around. You can look down at me if you want. You can look wherever you want. But right here in the middle of the tracks. All right, you guys are off the edge now. You can look down over the side. You can look in at me. Rather the camera be out there than me reaching over, so should be a pretty epic view, especially as we cross over the water here. Just watching my placement, my footing, because some of the ties are a little sketchy, but for the most part, they're still holding up incredibly well 4 decades later. So here we are over the water. It's not too deep right now. You can see the bottom. And I'll swing you around. Might be some better lighting over here with the sun showing towards me. And you're right over the walking platform now. Oh, and just to show you, I was talking about sketchy before. There's an opening in the walkway here. And this is potentially where you could fall through. So if you pan the camera around, you can see the opening that you're through right now and looking straight down. All right, you guys are going to lead the path right now. You're out ahead of me. And hopefully you're able to hear me okay. I'm shouting louder than normal because you are farther away. And there's some wind here or there. But I think this microphones on here are pretty sensitive. There's a little bit of a sketchy area right here. That's why we don't walk over there. If you're not seeing what I'm seeing, move the screen around. This is the walkway, manway. All right, right now, you're gonna go down between the ties underneath the bridge. I can only imagine what it looks like. If you turn it up looking towards the pole, you can probably see me looking down at you. I'm nervous doing this, I'm not gonna lie, because if I let go, it's dropping, but holding on for dear life. I brought you back up a little bit too soon. There was an ATV coming last second, so I put you back down. Hopefully you got a glimpse of him. Almost timed that perfectly. I didn't know he was coming though. Now normally, if you cross this in the warmer months, it's much more difficult because as you could see over my left shoulder here, the branches and tree growth are growing out considerably, and there's trees growing up here on the ties. Little tiny saplings are coming through the ties here. So when they bloom, there's a lot more leaves and foliage, and visibility is taken away a little bit, but also you have physical obstructions as you are walking past them. Now, I'm not sure if anyone has come through and maintained them because it doesn't seem nearly as bad as it has in the past, but we are here in the wintertime though, so maybe it's just retreated that much. But there's definitely some up ahead here in the middle of the bridge here. Yeah, we got some trees right here. Watch your head. I will say I crossed this much quicker than I had the very first time. The very first time, ooh, that was a soft tie. Okay, that gave me a little bit of a scare. Very first time I crossed this, I thought I was going to get helicoptered out of here. I almost froze solid in the middle of the bridge. I'm like, I can't do it. I can't go any further. But I made it. And each time I cross it, I just gain more and more confidence. So there's a barrier right here, as you can see. It's stopping any ATVs or vehicles from crossing this viaduct, because back in the day I've seen pictures and heard people talking about them bringing their trucks out here or their ATVs, dirt bikes, and you could imagine things could go considerably wrong. So accessible on foot, not by vehicle or even an e-bike. But the rails do continue. I've documented this more than one occasion. They bend around going towards the 380 bridges. There's a rock cut section, some switching over there. There's a section going that way through DeNaples junkyard, going along by Montage Mountain, and then crossing right past Rocky Glen, heading down that way. So all these sections of the Erie Railroad I have documented before. So if you want to see them, what they're like, I will put my playlist down below documenting the different sections. I think I did 5 sections of the old Erie Railroad, including where the rails came across in Dunmore over here. It went to now where the landfill is. So some pretty cool sections. I'm gonna take a little break here, maybe snap a few photos. Then we're gonna go back across. I'm gonna get you some additional one-of-a-kind views we've never seen before. Return trip has commenced. This is definitely the most difficult area out of the whole viaduct to cross. If you look down, there's just branches and roots and some rotted ties here. With the tree cover here, moisture gets trapped, not as much sunlight, so these ties are getting rotted over here. There's a lot of moss, nature's carpet on them. They're a little bit slick. So this area is the worst out of the whole place, mainly because of the trees here. Make sure I don't step on that soft one like I did before. It was not a good feeling. Hopefully you're enjoying this interactive video though. I know many of you said you want to see more, especially at unique, interesting places, whether they be abandoned or historical. Well, I think this constitutes as both. And I do have some more ideas in store for this interactive video style, including something closer to the holidays. It'll be a unique experience, to say that. And even though it may not be for you, you may want to at least check it out, because you're going to see it in a way you've never seen it before, where you're in control, just like you are with this video. Some people did mention though, taking this underground, making an interactive mine tour. Although it's possible, it wouldn't be a great idea just because it's so dark. Filming in 360, quality is slightly diminished, and it's a really dark environment, and with even good lighting, the lighting's only showing in one area. So unless you're looking where the lighting is showing, it's going to be really dark everywhere else. I mean, I can experiment with it, but I'd have to have 360 lighting, and right now that's not possible. So a cave or mine environment would be awesome. I don't disagree, but it wouldn't be great lighting conditions for the camera. Here's a shot down between the rails. Sun's gone away, got a bit darker, a bit cooler. Now, I've said it before, I'll say it again, filming definitely helps. Because if I was just out here walking with no purpose, there's a good chance I would focus on the wrong thing and kind of psych myself out. Knowing I have a task, which is filming, giving you guys footage, keeps me focused on that. And that's one of the ways I'm able to accomplish this without freaking myself out, because I'm still very much afraid of heights. But as I've pushed my boundaries a little bit out of my comfort zone. I've become better with them, but I still can't do a lot of things. But the things I push myself to do, I could do much better, much easier. So you guys are helping me as much as I'm helping you. Okay, we're nearly over the water. I'm going to give you another view down in just a moment here. So you can see directly beneath us, which is the highest point, roughly 100 feet down to the bottom. We have some cross beams underneath this. I don't know how good the view is going to be. I'm trying to see the best area to do this. I think right around here we're going to get you guys going down through the ties. And when you're down there, you could, again, pan around and check it out for yourself. Here you go. Don't fall. How's it look down there? You could do a bridge inspection this way. All right, you guys are on your own, hands free. I'm up here with you hanging out. So take it in, check it out, get some pictures if you want. You know, we can actually do a group photo together. So look at the camera and smile. It'll be my largest group photo ever, probably. And no matter the time of year, I never not enjoy coming up here. I've gotten aerial footage. I came here during the fall foliage months, spring, winter. It's a one-of-a-kind sight, and I hope it never goes away anytime soon. If anything, they should make it into a rail trail. That'd be the best hope for this thing to still exist and be updated and maintained for future generations. A lot of these ties as well are excreting, is that a word, excreting? Basically expelling the tar, the creosote from inside of it. So some of them have a shiny coating, and on really hot, warm days, that gets sticky like tar. And then on cooler days like today, it's slippery. So you have to watch with the secretion. That's the word I'm thinking of, secreting. Secretion of the creosote and tar. Now, doesn't get better than this, right? Hey, did I hear that correctly? I think I heard one of you say you want to be stuck out over the edge one more time, both sides. All right, we'll do it now before we get too close. So give me a moment and I'll give you a view over both ends, almost over the water here. All right, that's about as far as I can get you over this side. I can bend you down a little bit. Probably see under the bridge or the beams at least. Oh, I see the ATV coming. If you turn your view up towards the base of the mountain, ATV's coming with headlights on. It's coming towards us. right down near the water's edge. It is doing some creek crossing. And it's actually starting to drizzle, so I'm not going to make this too much longer, but here's your view over the other end. All right, we're back where we started. If you can't see me, of course, turn the image around. I'm gonna get my backpack ready to go here. Pennsylvania weather is baffling. It's peaks of sun coming through over there and sprinkles coming down over here. So we're getting out of here just in time in case the weather does take a turn for the worse. I definitely don't want to be out in the middle of that during a torrential downpour or thunderstorm or high gust of wind. But 100%, I would love to hear feedback. This being my second interactive video. I already know it's not for everyone, but based on the feedback from my first video, I know more than half of you did like it, thought it was really awesome, one of a kind experience, and I said I was going to do it from time to time. It's not going to be every video. I said maybe 1 to 2 videos a month. I'm going to keep my word on that. So with that being said, share your thoughts down below. There won't be any photo montage after this because of the type of video it is. But like again, next month I have something planned for another interactive video closer to the holidays, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, thanks for watching, take care, and until next time, I'll see you in the next video.